こんにちは、はーこです。今日は Airtag を使ったハイテクサプライ。
What does this Japanese girl have to do with one of my AirTags? When I mailed my AirTag in May 2021, it started an amazing journey. It first traveled to Bournemouth in the UK and then it went on to Winnipeg in Canada. From Oceanside, California, it then crossed the Pacific via Tahiti to end up in Auckland, New Zealand. In this video we make 2 stops in Australia before flying to Singapore and ending the video in Osaka, Japan. First stop in Australia is Ballarat. Cycling YouTuber GP Lama was one of the first persons back in May 2021 to reach out to me to receive an AirTag, so he will be the first stop in Australia. We left the last video with the AirTag being at the Auckland airport. It took a flight to Sydney from here and then took an almost 1000 kilometer overland route to Ballarat. GP Lama sent me this iconic photo. From Ballarat we are going to Adelaide, where my AirTag will be in the safe hands of my good friend Danny. After GP Lama mailed the AirTag, it first went back to Melbourne and then took another overland trip to Adelaide. My friend gave the AirTag some good cleaning first and then showed it around Adelaide. We are leaving Australia now for Asia, and our first stop is Michael in Singapore. He sent me an email and offered to host the AirTag. After Danny mailed the AirTag, it made its way to Adelaide Airport. It spent about a day here, and then it started to move towards Melbourne Airport. It seemed a little stuck here and ended up spending 7 nights at the airport. Then, November 26th, it was the big day, and I could see the AirTag at one of the gates. Surely enough, later that day it flew to Singapore, where I would pick it up again at Changi Airport. It took Singapore Post another 3 days to probably custom clear the package, and then it was delivered to Michael. Last stop is Osaka, Japan. With 2/3 of the population in Japan having an iPhone, it should be no problem picking up the AirTag here. When I was browsing YouTube for AirTag videos, I ran across a Japanese YouTube channel. In the video, this girl is talking about an AirTag, and I figured she's maybe doing a product review. So I sent her an email asking if she's willing to join in. It turns out she has a company that makes gifts for partners, like surprise boxes, photo albums, etc. In the video, she actually describes how a customer put an AirTag inside a surprise box and made his partner look for it with an iPhone. Haruka was willing to receive and forward the AirTag, and so this AirTag is going to Japan. In my video description you'll find a link to her video. I would appreciate it if you'll give it a thumbs up for all the help she offered. After Michael mailed the AirTag from the Harbourfront Centre in Singapore, it went via the main Singapore post office back to the airport. It sits there for about 6 days and then it takes a flight to Narita Airport near Tokyo. It spends some time in a Kawasaki mail center and then it starts the trip overland to Osaka. Haruka eventually sent us these photos from Osaka. Haruka later wrote on Instagram that she tried to show us the real Japan. This AirTag is now back in Kawasaki again, waiting for its transport to its next destination.
では